businesses. Now it's time for the news stories, right? And like I said, family, I bring up news stories that interest me, that has to do with our community, that I think we need to talk about. All right. So, first story. This is something that happened in April of 2019. I'm not sure what city this is in, but understand the point. A black man named Derrick Thompson was pulled over, right? He was pulled over for driving with suspended license, and the tags on his car were expired as well, right? So I'm basing this off the article I wrote and articles I've seen in a video. So this young man posted a video online, and again, this incident is from April of 2019. He posted a video online of him. He's in the car. He's pulled over. He has his phone out. He's basically telling the officer, look, my hands are up. I'm not doing anything, officer. I'm not doing anything. This racist ass, bold ass cop reaches inside of his car, unlocks the door. Well, actually, he reaches inside of the car, rolls down the window, unlocks the door. He's in the video, like he's in the camera, telling him, he said some shit like, watch the show. When the young man was telling him, hey, I'm going to put this online, watch what you do. The cop, arrogant ass, he like, watch the show, telling the people who's watching. You feel me? So ultimately, the cop gets frustrated with him because the brother's basically saying, hey, what did you do? Like, I mean, what did I do? Why are you inside of my car? Now, granted, this is something we need to be careful about. I don't know what happened before the video started, right? So I'm going to always say that. I don't know what happened before the video started. So I want to be completely contextual with what we're talking about. There can be a piece to this that's missing based on what we didn't see on camera. So I'm only going on what I seen on camera. But at the end of the day, they forcefully took this brother out of his car. The cop said, okay, now I'm upset. You got to 3 to put the phone down, or I'm going to drag you out of the car. Now, the question I have is, why is he being dragged out of the vehicle for expired tags and registrations? I've been in similar situations. What happened, right? What happened? So the video looks foul. The video looks like the cop was on some Rambo shit and just wanted to prove a point. And that can definitely be the case. That can definitely be the case. But one of the reasons why I'm bringing up this story, family, is because we need to understand how to approach getting pulled over by cops. Now, I'm not one. We all, as black men, as melanated men, we should be proud of who we are. Like, I'm not telling you don't stand on your shit. But how I view, and shout out to my brother Tariq Nasheed, he kind of helped me clarify this perspective. How I view being pulled over by the cops, if you're not ready at that moment to go to war with them, meaning you got gun, they got gun, what's up? If you're not ready to go to war with them immediately, you need to figure out a strategic way to get out of that situation because you behind enemy lines, dog. It's you, 2 or 3 cops all with guns. How you think that's gonna end, right? So I don't know what happened with the brother gets pulled over. Why not? It's just give me your license and registration because your tags are expired. Me go back to my car, write you a ticket, or tow the car with normal procedure. I don't know what prevented the normal procedure that we normally see from happening, but what the cop did was foul. Now, I don't know what the brother did prior. I don't know if the brother whipped out his phone once they asked him for his information. Maybe he whipped out his phone, you know what I mean? So as black men, melanated men, all my men out there, everybody actually, let's be smart about this thing, family. When we are in interactions with the cops, you are behind enemy lines, man. They got the system behind them, family. If you're not ready to bang out with them, which most of us aren't in those situations, I'm not telling you to tuck your tail, but let's be smart with these interactions with cops because we see how they do us, right? We see how they do us. So again, I don't know what happened prior to the video, but ultimately the young man was dragged out of his car. You can hear him saying, get off my neck. So they roughing him up. It's 3 cops. And man, I hate that shit. I hate how it's one dude in a car. All of a sudden, 1 car pull up, then 2 car pull up, then 3 car. What the fuck is it so many of y'all for? Why does it gotta be 3, 4, 5 cops when it's 1 person? And history shows cops just don't be getting shot like that, not to my understanding, right? Niggas just don't be killing cops like that, all willy-nilly to make you think, okay, I pulled this 1 dude over, now we gotta be 7 deep. You know what I mean? So I'm like, damn, what's up with all the backup? What's up with all the militarization of this shit? You know what I mean? And people need to understand, I'm happy The unfortunate situation with the brother George Floyd has brought about a lot of awareness, even though some of it may be kind of phony, but it's brought about a lot of awareness, and I appreciate that, because this is nothing new, family. Like I always say, the original police officers in America were slave patrols. So the original police officer was here to make sure a slave was where he needs to be. You see what I'm saying? And in my opinion, that particular mentality is kind of what we see now with most police forces. And people always say, you know, all cops aren't bad. I say they are. Why? Okay. If your intentions is to be a fair person, then you have to be fair and just at every turn. So if you're a cop in a precinct, and you know that there's cops in the precinct that do things foul or abuse their power, it's up to you to say something. Now, I understand that by saying something, you can be ostracized. By saying something, you can even be attacked in certain ways, right? So my question would be, if you're a fair person and you see you're kind of intertwining into like a institution that's kind of based on being unfair to a degree, why would you do it, right? Because some people say, and I have even been on this boat before, where I say, you know what, we need more black police officers. Maybe that'll solve the problem if the cop who arrests me or the cop who is speaking to me looks like me, comes from the same walk of life. Maybe he'll be more fair-minded. Maybe he'll look at me more like a human than a goddamn animal. And that may be the case, but at the end of the day, he's still integrating into like a sick industry. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if it's to me, it's almost too late. You know what I mean? Too much shit didn't happen between citizens and the police officers. And when we see you with a cop uniform on, we're looking at the history of how people in that uniform has treated us. It's not even a personal thing, right? We're not looking at a particular black or white cop and saying, okay, fuck you. It's fuck all y'all. It's fuck the institution that you represent. And we constantly see the mistreatment of our people by a cop. Look, if you play for a team, right? Let's just say you played for a basketball team or a football team, and your football team was known for doing foul shit, right? Not you, maybe you haven't, but y'all known for doing foul shit. You walking around with that jersey on, and people see you with that jersey on, like, man, fuck you. I know that shit you was doing. You can't be, well, no, that wasn't me. No, that wasn't me. That was somebody else on my team. Same jersey, player. You got the same jersey on, player. You expect us to distinguish good from bad? Man, look, when cops get behind me, my heart starts racing. And all my shit legit. My heart starts, it's been that way. You see what I'm saying? It's been that way since a small kid in my neighborhood, being from a impoverished neighborhood and watching police officers come around and treat my brothers and treat their friends like animals. Talk to them like animals, treat them like animals. That shit really happened. You see what I'm saying? I seen that with my own two eyes. So I understand how we have these race soldiers, as my brother Tariq Nasheed says, come into our communities and police us a lot different than they police white communities, right? So these are all things that I continue to talk about, all things that a lot of us continue to talk about. But these type of stories, I'm going to tell you, family, until this shit stops happening, I'm going to continue to report on them. But like I said, context is king. We need to make sure everything we're looking at is contextual. So I'm only going to speak on what I see from the video. It looks like those cops was foul. I think the brother Derrick Thompson is filing a lawsuit. He should, because it looked like an unjust event that happened to the brother. Under this video, I'll post his video so you can be a judge of it on your own. But family, we need to be careful how we conduct ourselves when being pulled over by the police, because unfortunately you can make the wrong move and you can fuck around and not go home to your family. You feel me? So, next story.